meeting, the agenda is a PMG report, and that would be Joe. He's got a lot of stuff for us.
As I go through, we do have quite a bit, so please feel free to interrupt me at any time if you have questions about any of the things that I bring up. It's actually been a very, very busy 2 weeks. Over the last couple of weeks, as you know, we made the Inland Wetlands application, which was made on February 5th. With that submission, it includes preliminary site plans, grading, drainage, utility plans, soil erosion, sedimentation control, and details. So it brought the level of our civil drawings up to a much higher level, which is going to help FIP really hone in on a lot of the allowances that have been carried within the site estimate. We'll be seeing that over the next 2 weeks, hopefully at the next meeting right now. Site walkthrough is scheduled for March 2nd, rain date March 3rd. Is that right, Jerry?
That's correct.
That's fine.
We have John volunteered to be there, and Sally's going to be there representing the building.
Great. That's helpful. The wetland permit is right now, it's considered to be, there was a recommendation to break it into 2 parts. The first part being for the new school and the fields and all the appurtenances, and the second part being simply for the culvert crossing and the pedestrian bridge. And the reason that they wanted to do that is they wanted to separate those elements that had to go under review by the Connecticut DEP in case that process takes longer to review. And I think it makes a lot of sense to do that. I think that there's support at the town staff level as well. So we'll be exploring breaking this permit into 2 pieces so that we go under 2 separate applications, so that they can approve the buildings and the fields, which have a much lower impact on wetlands. And then if it takes longer and more hearings for the culvert crossings, then they can do that as well.
Can I back up?
Yep.
To the Inland Wetlands? There was a public hearing that was tentatively scheduled for March 19th.
Correct.
Is that still on, or since we split it up into 2?
As far as there hasn't been any indication that we aren't still on. I think that there's another element on here that I should have brought up. There's a couple things within the Jacobson engineering report, which was dated February 15th, we got it last Friday. There were a number of technical comments that will be addressed by Langen Engineering, but there are also a couple of comments which really fall into either the town's court or the building committee's court. They asked for a more comprehensive wetland inventory and quality report to see if there's vernal activity, that sort of thing. So, Jerry, I think that's something that just procedurally, if you want us to handle that and get proposals to get that done, or the town does that. Snarsky did the wetland flagging, he tagged it. And for a larger project like this, you'll often have a wetlands report which talks about the quality of the wetlands and the viability of them. So
that's one of the persons that could do that for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you talk about that now, because I did speak to Willie about it, and he thought it would be our responsibility.
Okay. Then if that's the case, then I'll move quickly to get a wetland scientist on board, familiar with the site, get a proposal from them to complete that work. So, and that was, like I said, that was just included in the Jacobson review that we received, I think, last Friday.
So, maybe some of us haven't done these applications and permitting processes before. So Nathan Jacobson works on behalf of the...
They're an independent reviewer for the town. So any application, like I say, there's a subdivision in town that comes in, and they receive plans. The town staff will send those out for an independent review, and that's what Jacobson does for the town, any application, and we're really no different than that, as proposing a fairly large project. So, and they reviewed, so they reviewed the ZBA application, and they also reviewed the wetlands, and they'll review the for PMG as well. And I just had 2 miscellaneous items. The survey invoice that you approved today, we had Gessick go back out to the site to obtain the cross sections of the Indian River, which will allow us to do our flood mapping, so we can get our permit for our culvert, as well as some utility survey work that was kind of on the outreaches. So, and I will need them to go out one more time. I've asked that Langen provide me with a map showing the limits of the off-site improvements, because we're likely going to have to do some turning lanes, and so we're going to need to pick up that work. So you will see one more invoice from Jessica, I just wanted to bring that to your attention.
By culvert, you meant bridge? Or,
I don't know that the decision has been made yet, quite
so
honestly.
what culvert did you make reference to?
Well, they were talking about replacing the existing culvert, so pulling out the existing one, putting in probably a concrete, I think it's a 128-inch culvert today, CMP. Yeah, it's right in that range. So I think the thought today is to pull it out and replace it probably with a concrete culvert. Good.
And
Why not bridge it?
Well, I mean, my question becomes, is it not premature for putting a culvert, it may be a box culvert for the bridge, or not?
That's what they're,
Yeah,
they have to do a pre-survey so they can figure out exactly.
Okay,
if
so
they
this
can
is
do that
just
box.
in evaluation and preparation for that.
Exactly.
Okay, I hate to spend money 2 times.
No, not at all. In fact, and also, the other thing that we made sure was that all the design of the culvert's already included. So this is all part of that one contract. So we went through that in detail. And the next is, we have a meeting tomorrow at DEP at 2 o'clock to review the initial concepts on the on-site wastewater system. So a lot has been happening over the last couple of weeks. Questions?
Questions for Joe? Anyone? Take it easy on you.
I know.